Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to show you how to teach a child to remain within the boundaries while coloring. Usually, when children learn to scribble, they scribble all across the page and they don't understand that they have to remain inside a certain boundary while coloring. For this, you can create a boundary by using a simple foaming sheet. Cut 4 strips out of the foaming sheet to make the simplest of the boundaries, that is a square. Paste the strips in the shape of a square. All corners of the square should be joined. Make sure that the square is big enough but smaller than the size of the paper. For example, if you stick the boundaries right on the boundary of the paper, then the child will not learn to stop his hand when he touches the boundary. So the square should be of this size. You can say it should be on half of the paper. In this way, when the child will scribble across the page, as soon as his hand touches the boundary, he will have to stop and come back. He will put more focus on the thing which is making his hand to stop, and in this way he will learn the concept of the boundary, that he don't has to scribble randomly across the paper, but he has all to stop and realize the boundary. You can also use ice cream sticks and paste ice cream sticks in a form of a square to teach the similar technique. As soon as you realize that the child has learned the concept of the boundary, you can remove the strips and draw the boundary figure using a marker to make sure that now the child stays within this shape and do not crosses this border while scribbling. In this way, the children learn to shape the figure. Initially, you can also draw any figure inside this box to make it more interesting. For example, it will be quite boring for the child to scribble inside a box, so you can draw anything. For example, a flower. Here I'm drawing a cat to make this simple scribbling box a bit more interesting for the child to scribble upon. Now you can shorten these strips and you can paste them right next to the edges of the cat and ask your child to scribble. Now in this way, he will scribble the cat and he will realize that he has to stay only on the figure and he has to stop as soon as his hand tries to go further away from the figure. When the child learns that technique, then again you can remove the strips and ask him to scribble again. You will realize that in the second attempt, the child will be more focused on the focus area and he will not be randomly scribbling across the paper. Thank you very much for watching. I hope it helped you. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel.